morning, and we were playing a little song in the background, "Love and Marriage" by Frank Sinatra.
Oh
And
my God.
the Riders are totally a love and marriage relationship with its fans.
That might be an understatement. I do love my riders, but holy hell.
I love them too. And hey, we're recording this morning. Wow, I made some changes. Like spent the night up, the tech guy I am, spent all night working on
Yep.
this
Oh,
project.
I'm gonna try and call you, Tyson.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Awesome, buddy.
So how are things this morning?
Good. Only Levi's up. Well, Megan's always up, but Levi's up. The other two are still sleeping.
All right, on. I got you. I got you loaded and rolling, man.
Right on, buddy. Yeah, no, the morning is good. Levi's up watching, I think, Paw Patrol on the couch, and the other two are sawing logs in their bed. So that's perfect. We leave at lunch. So
Oh, nice.
after lunch, just after lunch.
Yeah,
I'll make sure the office is kind of steady, and then I'll take off.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. It's Christmas time, and it's a fun time of year to be with your family and do
Yep.
some visiting and some eating, and
Lots of eating. Holy hell, am I gonna eat?
because there's snacks everywhere you look at this time of
And
year.
we come, and you come with the same area, come from the same place. It is, man, the snacks are unbelievable. The desserts that come out, there are certain things that only come out at Christmas. Um,
Yeah.
I live for it. It's not all, bought at the grocery store shit. Everybody's grandma or wife or mom or sister makes something. I live for it, man. Like there's
Oh,
just something different about Christmas. It's similar to Thanksgiving, but for me it lasts way more days. So
oh,
it's
it's
like,
it's
and you meet with this aunt, then the next day, oh, I got an uncle's in town or
yeah.
grandma's here, and holy shit, like ammonia cookies or something that I've always loved, and my mom makes them amazing. Not many people make them anymore,
I've
but that's
never
something that
heard.
only get at Christmas.
Really, I've never heard of an ammonia cookie.
Really? Well, I will get
Really?
you some, but they
Yeah.
smell like ammonia, which is super weird. Then you bite in, it's almost like a cake cookie with a beautiful cream cheese ice on top. They're unbelievable. Yeah, like my
Really?
favorite Christmas cookie. Yeah.
Tara, in many years, never got it done this year, but makes homemade chocolates generally. Like,
Yes.
oh my God.
My auntie Colleen makes them, and I haven't been to a function on with that side for a while, and they're my favorite. And she does them
Oh,
all. She'll have like the circles, Josh, are all Rice Krispie. The
yeah.
hearts are all almonds. The peanuts are these. The raisins are
Oh,
these.
I
Oh
know.
my God. You're
It,
killing me.
and then we haven't even got to the main courses yet, man.
Another day, another day. I love
Another
food.
day. Okay, well, let's go over a little NHL scores from
Yes,
last
sir.
night. Tampa Bay 5-4 winners over Vegas, and it seems like Vegas is on a bit of a downward
Yep.
trend here
They're
lately.
coming back to reality.
Coming back to reality. Pittsburgh 2-1 winners over Carolina in the shootout.
Both
Nashville,
goals, Sidney
uh,
Crosby. Way to go,
Sidney
old boy.
Crosby. Yeah, yeah. Nashville 4-2 winners over Philly. Buffalo hangs a nine burger on
Woo!
the Leafs. 9-3 Buffalo winners.
It was 2-1 Leafs in the first period.
I love it. I love it.
I love
Let's
it.
make a celebration for that.
You're such a fool. That's hilarious. Ah,
St. Louis 4-1 winners over Florida. Washington 3-2 winners over Columbus. Edmonton 6-3 winners over New Jersey. And they had an explosive third period there. Four goals and
yeah, they did.
three goals in a minute nine when I started watching. Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Dallas 4-3 winners over Vancouver in overtime. Minnesota 4-3 winners over Montreal in overtime. Colorado 6-4 winners over Ottawa. And the Flames 3-0 over Anaheim. And oh, one more game. Arizona 5-2 winners over San Jose.
Okay.
So the Flames on a bit of a heater.
No, no, whatever. I don't know what to say. It's like son of a bitch. Another point night for Connor Zary and Sharon Govich. Rookie
Well,
scored. Yeah, like I mean, I'm loving it. Like, go young guys. I don't know what to do anymore. Just keep playing. Whatever. They're not going to tank. They're just going to sit there and float and let the young guys play. Win some fucking games. Go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Hey, buddy, there's plenty of time to tank yet.
I know, but their young guys are actually getting better, and their
I know. Well,
goaltenders are
that's
getting
good.
better.
That's good. You just trade some of your veterans away and you'll be fine. Trade some
Yeah,
of
well,
the
that's
vets.
what well, I mean. That Lindholm having a goal and 2 assists last night, being in on every one, isn't going to hurt because it sounds like Colorado is very interested in him.
How does Colorado get under the cap with
Well, they got
everything
rid of Tatar the other day, and it literally opened up exactly the wage
of
that
Lindholm?
of Elias Lindholm.
Okay. Huh.
Literally the exact wage of what he's costing
Yeah.
is what's available to them right now, and that's where all the speculation started. They're
And the
like,
Flames can afford to hold on to some salary because they're under the cap, so they'll retain some salary for maybe a little sweetener of a pick, right?
yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Of course, that's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Oilers looked great last night. That's the game that I had
Fine.
on last night after the Christmas concert because
Yep.
the
Yep.
football game was a bust. Holy
It
shit.
was.
The Rams destroyed them as I thought they were going to.
You
I
know
mean,
what
it got
else?
closer at the end, though, didn't it? Did it not get a little closer at the end?
No.
It didn't?
No.
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 I,
It
I
was
quit watching like at the
37 when
start
I
of the fourth, but
but it did. It was 30-7 when I turned it off. Ended up 30-22 and just
yeah,
garbage
garbage
disney,
time.
right?
Yeah, okay. That's what happened. Because it was 37 when I quit too. I was like, I ain't watching this shit no more. And then
No,
I checked
no.
it late last night and it was 30-22. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what else is garbage duty? Major League Baseball. The reason I say this, LA
Dodgers?
Dodgers signed another guy for 325 million. Like,
Yes, they
good
did.
Lord. There's a problem in baseball, and if you're a fan of a small market team, you have no chance, really. You're gonna
That's
lose.
why, as much as I don't know anything about baseball, that Orioles thing was exciting this year because they're an extremely small market team and they caused some waves. It's too bad they couldn't have done anything about it, but that was pretty miraculous what they did, considering they have no place to even be there. Let's be
No,
honest.
let's be honest. And the Dodgers have now probably four guys who make more than the whole payroll of the Baltimore Orioles, which
Yep,
is
it's
absolute
un
insanity.
it's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. If things are
Yeah,
getting crazy, it's stupid. It's plain
yeah.
old stupid.
So
I saw Shohei Otani or whatever.
Shohei Ohtani, yeah,
Shohei Otani. He was at the game last night, the Rams game,
yeah,
and it was funny. I saw Richard Sherman went up and shook his hand, and they had it on the TV. And I'm like you see Richard Sherman, he's dressed up like a goofball for Christmas and whatnot. And then
yeah,
Otani, Otani doesn't even look like an athlete. I was like, holy shit, that guy's gonna make a lot of money. Or has now made a lot of money aside. I'm like, that's crazy. Like when they showed him, I'm like, you're just this ominous looking guy, and I'm like, that guy makes more per minute than I make in a year. What the
yeah,
hell is
yeah.
going on in my life?
I know, but I say boo to baseball. Like,
Yeah, it's not fair. It's
yeah,
ridiculous. That's caps are designed for a reason to
yeah,
produce what the NFL is now finally seeing, although their cap is still too high, but you're
yeah.
seeing that parity in the league. You really are.
And that's what you want. You want every fan at the beginning of the year to feel like they have a chance.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely you do. And I don't feel that way in baseball of
no.
all sports at all.
Well, right now, baseball of all sports, you have the Yankees, you have the Dodgers. I mean, I cheer for the Blue Jays, which is another high payroll team.
Yep.
But if you're an athletics fan or an Orioles, or forget it, pack it in, pick another
Yeah.
sport, move on because
Honestly, like if you don't have the money, you can't afford to go get these guys because nobody's playing for the love of the game anymore. Everyone's playing for their next contract.
yeah,
Make bank.
yeah. So boo on baseball for me. I just wanted to say that
Yeah, it
because
sucks.
it does. It does. Should we do our picks before or after the Riders?
You can, well, we might as well do them first and then we can get to the Riders. We'll finish with that. I'm
All
just
right.
looking at the games right now starting on December 23rd.
All right. Yes, yes. So Cincinnati, we'll go over the games.
Yes.
Cincinnati at Pittsburgh, Buffalo at the Chargers, Detroit at the Vikings, Cleveland at Houston, Indianapolis at Falcons. Well, the Falcons, I can't believe Indy. That's a shoe-in one there, I'll tell you.
Should be.
Indy is actually an underdog in that game. Can't believe it.
Well, we're taking
Commanders
them.
at Commanders at the Jets. That's a tough one. Green Bay at Carolina, Seattle at Tennessee, And Seattle's paying pretty good in that game, and they should beat Tennessee. Tennessee's banged up, but who knows?
Yep.
Jacksonville, an underdog at Tampa, which I can't believe either.
Yeah.
In my mind, tough game here.
But we
Dallas,
don't know if what's his face is starting, and that will make them an underdog because Tampa has been playing the best they've played all year, and without Trevor Lawrence,
are you thinking?
uh,
Jacksonville without Trevor Lawrence, yeah.
yeah,
And now
without Lawrence, they're hooped. Yeah.
Yeah, and now without Rourke, that's maybe a game to stay away from, actually.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that one. Yeah.
Dallas at Miami. Ooh, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Yeah, Arizona at Chicago.
Oh my God, battle of the dog shit.
Oh, here comes another dog shit one. New England at Denver.
Denver's gonna win that one.
I think so. Yeah,
but that's gonna be a terrible game.
Yeah, Vegas at Chiefs.
Chiefs gotta win that.
Yeah, Giants at Eagles, another one.
Wow, the Eagles have to win that. They have zero choice. Yeah,
they do. Yeah, and Ravens at Niners. So a lot of tough.
I ain't touching that son of a bitch.
Actually, what's the line on that one? I gotta look.
Well, it's got to be favored to the Niners. Yeah. Pretty good.
Ravens pay 3.8 on it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if they won, but I ain't betting on them.
Oh Jesus, I think that's a safer bet than anything. Actually, this is going to be a tough week. Very tough.
And for me, I picked 8 here already, and I'll tell you my 8 and who I'd pick in the games.
Okay, let's go through. Through.
Okay, so here would be my 8 picks. If it was my money and I'm going in there and I haven't talked to Tyson and I'm just going in looking, Bengals at Steelers, I'm taking Bengals. Even without Jamar Chase, Jake Browning is better than anything the Steelers got.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm taking them. Bills at Chargers. Chargers are a dumpster fire. Bills are maybe the best team in football at this exact moment playing, even though they're not in the playoffs. I'm going Bills.
Yeah.
Packers at Panthers. Holy hell. Panthers, they couldn't play a football game against the Mip Creek Redmen. I'm going Packers. Packers maybe haven't won a ton recently, but they're a much better football club and they're healthier.
I agree.
Colts at Falcons. I think the Colts are way better than the Falcons, especially now that the Falcons benched Ritter and they don't really play Bijan the way they should. I don't know if they're trying to just get dead last, if that's their goal in mind or what they're doing, but I would go Colts.
Yep, I agree.
Seahawks at Titans. Seahawks have everything to lose. Titans don't have Will Levis right now. They look terrible without like a guy like Will Levis standing in there.
Yeah, they have no one else. The
Seahawks are coming off a heater.
Yeah, a huge win.
Lucky win. So
and Seahawks are good receivers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jeez, man. Lions at Vikings. You gotta go Lions. Vikings are dog shit, and Lions need to win.
Can the Lions burn us one more time?
Oh, they could. They absolutely could. Pats at Broncos. I'm gonna let Russ ride on that one. I do not have any faith in the Pats. And the Broncos have shown glimpses of playing really well.
The Broncos are in the fight yet.
Yes, they need it. And then Giants at Eagles. I'm sorry, DeVito, but it's the time the Eagles get their train back on the tracks. I would go Eagles, and those would be my 8 picks.
Okay, I agree with
all of them. I don't know how well that would pay, but those would be my 8 picks.
I'm telling you right now, we got 7 of them so far. So the Eagles.
Well, you don't have to make those picks. I'm just saying that was.
I was following. I agree with everyone so far. The Giants, Eagles, I agree with as well.
Absolutely. The Eagles are going to get it back on track. I listened to Kelsey's podcast this week, and man, he's angry. And making a good team angry and a veteran like that angry, I think that's exactly what they needed. They feel like they've been punched in the mouth. And
they have.
Yeah, and they have, right? And now they've got something to prove. They never had anything to prove before. They were on the top of the mountain. So they got kind of flicked off. Now they're rolling down, and it sounds like they've dug their feet in, and they're going to make that climb again. And I always fear a team that's angry and that's got something to prove and a little chip on the shoulder action. And they haven't had it all year because they were the best of the best the whole time. So that makes them a dangerous team to me. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to come out pissed off. People immediately doubting him, saying he can't really handle it. without the tush push, he's nothing. Yada yada yada. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna light it up. I do. I really do.
I agree. And it's going to be a good week, I think.
I could potentially see the Eagles and Bills being in the Super Bowl, and that makes me sick to my stomach because I want my Ravens there so badly. But I can
Wouldn't that
honestly,
be something, buddy?
I could predict that right now, seeing the way that the Bills are playing, and then all the confidence that the Niners have, it
Yeah,
could easily collapse because that's how it works in playoffs. If
it
you go in
does.
there heavily favored, let's say the Niners win out, which they easily could, even
Yeah.
against the Ravens, sadly, they go in there with all that confidence. Sometimes it doesn't work so well. You get a team that comes in as the heavy underdog because, of course, anybody that plays them, if they win out from this point on, is going to be heavily, heavily underdog.
Yeah.
Well, that mentality is the best. I want the Ravens to have that so badly. I love the
Well,
underdog. And
the other thing is the Niners are so healthy. Like
yep.
something could happen.
Oh,
They've had good luck through the whole year so
yeah, but
far.
there's 3 big games left, and they're all
Yeah.
meaningful games. So they're
Yeah.
going to be pushing. It's going to be aggressive. It's going to be hard hitting, fast paced.
What is the Niners' schedule?
All I know is Ravens next. After that, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just going to
It's
bring it
probably
up here.
easy. I don't think too many people have tough schedules left besides my damn Ravens.
Well, the 49ers have had a pretty soft schedule.
Yeah, they have.
I'm going to pull them up here and see. So where are they?
Their two
Well,
toughest games would have
oh,
been the
they get
Eagles
Washington.
and the
Good
Cowboys.
Lord.
Yeah.
They get Washington. I can't believe it. That's their second game. And it's just loading here. Good old internet. Just taking a second.
And I won't take anything against the Niners. They could also walk all the way through and dominate right to the end. They absolutely
They
could.
could.
They're
They
a
could.
fantastic football
Yeah,
team.
they are a great team. I agree. But
I just
I,
want to see them lose because they're not my team, and I need everybody else to lose. I need the
and their
Ravens to win.
playoffs is a different beast. We'll see.
It is,
Oh, so
and that's why I
they got
say
they get the LA Rams, which is not an easy
oh,
game in week
that
18.
won't be a guarantee. The Rams are playing their best football right now.
Yeah, so that is their schedule. So
I saw Puka. Is it Puka Nakua? Is that his name?
yeah, yeah,
Last
yeah.
night made a couple plays again, man. The one I mean, if I was that defender, I would have went instead of going to the sidelines, I'd have just walked right to the dressing room, grabbed my bag, and retired at that point in time. It just been I'd announced it through Twitter, and I'd have just walked to the car, texted my wife, told her I'll meet her at home.
Yeah.
We're done, baby. Like book a vacation, we're retiring. It's all good. I just got cooked worse than my grandfather used to cook a steak, and it was man. Who could go to the outside? And it wasn't even obviously like hockey, like Bedard and McDavid can make and Crosby can make a
Yeah.
guy miss just by doing a little head fake. That's all they did. He kind of went out and just did this, and the defender went what? And he just ran this way wide open, caught the ball. Like defender was not even in scream. Like he just jumped out of bounds. Like
I know.
holy shit!
Some of them
Certain
guys
receivers.
are so good, and when they run their routes, they're so crisp.
Dude, like
Man.
so I like I said on the defense side, but I've been watching football way more with the with a reason, watching
Yeah.
these guys and why are these guys better? Everyone's got receivers, everyone's got tight ends, but why are they better? Well, guys like Kelsey are tough. They'll plant themselves in the ugly area all the time.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
big and strong-handed. So you can throw it high, throw it low, he's going to pick it up, and he's willing to take the sacrifice. That's what changes him. Mark
Yep.
Andrews can play a little bit more of a route guy. He's receiver. He is big and tough. He's kind of got a shiftiness, not quite the hands of Kelsey, but his route running's a little better. That's what makes him so good. Kittle can block. He can be a running back, a tank. He can go up and catch, play in the tough, and run routes. That's why he is so dominant when they're not throwing it to McCaffrey, but they got other weapons. That's why he doesn't show up quite as much. They got lots of weapons. There's a few guys that Njoku, Jesus, man, don't throw to anybody else if you're the Browns. Throw to him all day, all day, all day. I saw him stiff-armed 3 guys in one run the other day. He just grabbed the ball, just stiff-armed it, and just was throwing guys to the ground. These guys, then you go to receivers. You have guys like Puka Nakua, Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, Devonta Smith, AJ Brown. I
Yeah.
haven't seen Justin Jefferson in forever, but Zay Flowers of the Ravens, they have this like, yeah, and it's like, oh god, and the defender's like he bites on it, like it's
Yeah.
hard to defend. They're shifty, or they're big, or they're fast, or they're all three, and their route running is perfect. You don't see a ball thrown 4 yards away and then they put their hands up like you do on so many teams. And you look at the quarterback, and the quarterback's looking at him like, that's where you're supposed to be. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to be there. You're supposed to
Yeah.
be there. And you know it. You can tell because the receiver will turn around and look at the quarterback. But if you see the quarterback going like this, you know he was off on his throw. But 90% of the time, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a perfect throw.
Read the playbook, you idiot.
Yeah, like, you jackass. You went left. You're supposed to go right. No, I look
Yeah.
stupid. I
Yeah.
bounced off the turf, you butthole. And
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney did it like 4 times the last game. Then on the last one, he got a perfect one, ran the perfect route, fumbled it through his hands, and gave it to the other team, and they ran it back. I was like, that guy's got to get cut, but I hope he doesn't, because I hope he does it in the playoffs and it costs him, because I hate that guy.
AJ Brown is one of those guys who's physical like a linebacker and a receiver.
God. Him and DK Metcalf. I just wouldn't want to go up for a ball against those two guys.
That's a long day if you're a defensive back.
Oh, no wonder the Ravens have built such a large back end.
Yeah.
Because you got to contain them big boys.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole different thing than a speed guy, right?
You just think most cornerbacks are small, light guys, fast, shifty. You want to take down AJ Brown? Oh my God, man. You better wear some battle armor.
Yeah, and like a Kittle or the Browns. I think that Browns tight end is the best tight end in football, actually.
Right now, I would agree.
Yeah, like
and it kills me. I hate the Browns.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
He even looks scary. His dreadlocks are different colors. He's a psycho-looking guy.
He's one of those guys who could line up as a defensive lineman, a linebacker, a defensive back because he's fast enough.
Yeah,
an old lineman. He could play every position.
Oh man, yeah, and he is athletic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's one of those kind of Cam Wake freaks to me.
Yeah, he totally is. He totally is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. I
just wish he wasn't on the Browns.
I kind of like him too. I really do. Man, he would look good in Philly green.
Yeah, he would.
Dallas Gobbert though is not bad, but he's been hurt.
No, so. I like him. He just hasn't. I mean, that whole team just hasn't performed where they need to yet.
No.
They're in the playoffs. It's all that matters. So there is time. Yeah. That ain't over. It ain't over at all.
No. It's going to be great. I can't wait. Playoffs are only a few weeks away, and
everything changes the day the regular season ends. I don't give a shit if you're in first or you're in the wild card. Everything changes at that moment. There are going to be a couple teams that have no chance. We know that.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But Eagles are not in that category. The Ravens are not in that category. The Browns are not even in that category. The Browns have a chance. They're a legit football team. So,
and Buffalo, man, look out for Buffalo.
If they get in, and I'm sure they will, I don't want to play them.
No, I want to watch them though.
Me too. I mean, it's weird. They never used that. Is it Jared Cook?
Yeah, Cook kid. Yeah, he's
Dalvin
Cook's brother.
And all year never used him. Started a month ago, and that's when this whole thing started. And he's dusting like 120 yards a game, a touchdown a game. It alleviates so much off that passing game. Now they throw to Diggs, and for some reason Diggs is open.
Yeah, it's in the bloodline.
But Diggs is I don't love him because when he's not getting the ball, he's pissed off. Well, you're winning. The end of the day, that's something that I really respected after this last game when they interviewed Beckham. And I remember Beckham on previous teams. He was so pissed off if he got one target a game. Man, he said, God, he started the interview with, God, it feels good to win. And I'm like, that's a man that's completely changed, but winning changes that.
Yeah. Well, maturity.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's more mature. And Harbaugh does raise men.
Yeah.
He treats him like a family. He doesn't want none of that arrogance. If he saw someone do an interview that was like belittling or anything like that, you're done.
Yeah.
He wouldn't put up with a Stephon Diggs complaining or his brother tweeting that he needs to get out of there. He'd nip that in the bud. It's not the type of team he's got. It's just not who he is as a person. And I love the Ravens about that. We've never been that way. Haven't been winners a lot, sadly, but so we haven't had to deal with too many arrogant players. But
I think
I'm
it's
not a
the
huge fan.
it's the maturity of the quarterback too, and Allen's a young guy himself,
Yep.
and
But I do find him to be extremely mature. Like you watch his interviews, he never throws anyone under the bus. He takes
no,
it on the chin. He knows his interception record's horrible.
he
And
does, he
I
does.
love him. As a person, I love him.
I
Yeah.
do too, but as he gets older, he will take control of that team
Yeah,
too,
I
and
agree.
it'll be like Stefan Diggs, shut your mouth, because
Yep. Or bye. We'll find
yeah,
you again. We'll find a new.
yeah, that's exactly right. So
Because when Stephon Diggs and his brother both tweeted out the same day this year, like they posted pictures of Josh Allen's stats before Stephon Diggs, after his, basically
yeah,
saying that he's the reason that Josh Allen's any good. I was like, whoa, whoa. If my teammate posts something like that, I might not throw to you for 3 weeks.
no, exactly.
Screw you, bud.
And receivers, there's always lots of receivers on the free agency and whatever. So maybe Justin Jefferson ends up in Buffalo. Can you imagine?
Oh my God. Oh my, that'd be way better.
Yeah, yeah,
Let
I agree.
Stephon Diggs go and go let him play and wherever he's got to play. You know, someone will be looking for a receiver and willing to overpay.
And there'll be lots of receivers available again.
Oh yeah,
Always,
there will be.
always is. All right, well, let's get into a little Rider talk, and then we can round out the show with some NFL stuff again. But I'm sure we're going to be on the same page. The wish list for the Riders.
Oh God.
To me, we'll get this rolling. And to me, the very most important thing the Riders need is an O line. Like
O-line.
that's to me number one. We got to keep our quarterback standing. We got to give him time. Everything starts with an offensive line at the Riders, and we haven't had one in years.
Nope. No, we haven't had one in years since the Darian Durant era.
Yeah, like it's been brutal. It's been I don't know, would you call it patchwork even? Like
It
we
has
just
been.
need
It's
to
been
find them.
plug and play and try this, try nothing's worked.
Yeah, and it also is affecting our running game too, because we've had a shitty running game.
And we've had some talented guys back there, to be honest with
Yeah,
you. There's been a couple guys come through. I'm like, I really like him, but he never gets to play. And when he does, he just gets slaughtered behind the line of scrimmage.
yeah, and I'm hoping we get a new running back as well this year,
Yep.
like to help the running game. A Dedrick Mills, a
Yeah.
guy like that. I don't want Kadeem Carey; he's always hurt in Calgary.
He is.
Uh,
He gets banged up a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but a Dedrick Mills or a man, well, I would take the Winnipeg guy or the Toronto Argonaut, that beast there. Who I can't remember the name of the guy in Toronto. He's a free agent, anyways. Too the running back. He's got the
Like
big.
Andrew Harris.
No, not Andrew Harris.
Because I think he might end up coming to help coach.
Oh, really?
There
That
has
would
been
be
links
cool.
to Regina, apparently. He would like to be
Really?
some type of an offensive coach.
Oh, well, you know what? He'd be better than probably a few of the guys we got, I would
Yeah,
think.
all of them.
I actually, so the more I get into it, the more I'm worried, like you, about Mark Mueller. I really am.
Yeah, I think if we put some pieces around him, maybe he won't get so much, he won't have so much control.
Yeah,
I'd like if we could surround him with some other offensive pieces so he's only controlling one part, and maybe he'll be great at that one part. Maybe he just can't handle, it's like when you got a great coach and you also make him the GM and all of a sudden he's shitty at both.
yeah,
Maybe he just can't handle the full load. Maybe down the road he can, but yeah, like from what I saw in Calgary and all the reports from football people, and like when I saw Ricky Foley talk about what a mistake that was, he's like, that's
yeah.
not going to be good.
I would
When you
know.
hear actual football people talking, that scares me.
Yeah, Kahari Jones, Henry Burris, either
Oh
one of those
man.
would have been my pick.
Yeah, agreed. What about what about getting a little bigger on a receiver, going for trying to find a big receiver, a big number one, a big AJ
Yeah,
Brown CFL style guy. That was something I had. I'd love to get a guy that can go up and get it. Like Bain is on my list to be re-signed, but that's got to happen if he doesn't go in the NFL. It's got to happen, and I'm sure it will once all
I'm
that
sure it will. Yeah,
trickles through. So I kind of took it off, but it was on my list.
yeah.
But I'd love to find a big, sure-handed receiver. Doesn't have to be fast or anything. We can train him, but I would love to have a big guy on the outside.
So I'm going to ask you this question: does Schaefer Baker fit that? Can he be that guy?
Talent-wise, yes, but he's got to stay healthy, and
Yeah,
he's got to play every game. That's another
That
thing.
has
I
been
need to see him
his
on the
thing.
stat line every game.
Healthy, right? And I think he may have had a better year last year. I mean, when we lost our quarterback there,
Yeah,
um,
agreed. That's
everything
tough.
everything fell apart, and
It's
we had
hard. You lose your starting quarterback, the entire game shifts a bit to play. Every quarterback's got a different scheme. So,
and every quarterback has their favorite too. Like
oh yeah, their comfort zone,
Bain,
man.
Bain lit it up the first number of games with what's our quarterback's name? I
Trevor
can't.
Harris.
Trevor Harris. He lit it up with Trevor Harris.
Yeah.
And then as soon as these other guys start going in, they weren't looking to Bain for some reason. And
Yep.
yeah, it affected him a little bit. But he did
Oh,
have some great
absolutely.
games with the other guys too, but not
Yeah,
as many.
towards the end, he started to pick it right back up again. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. You build a relationship with the quarterback. I mean, that's why a lot of these best quarterbacks in the NFL, their receivers and them, they meet all summer or spring, I guess, for them to train, and they're throwing the
Yep.
ball with their top three guys. Like they go and spend 2 weeks together on the beach, just running
Yep.
routes and like getting a comfort zone. And especially a guy like Tom Brady comes to mind. He said, I used to just we wouldn't like technically have defenders or be running specific routes, but I'd be like, just run out and go this way and whatnot. And he's like, I could watch their body language to know when they're going to cut. I could tell, like, and timing and whatnot. And then I could know if I could throw it really fast and they could pick it up without barely even be able to see it. Like those little nuances. He's like, I knew about Edelman, found out about Welker. I knew it about Gronk, and because I
Yep.
threw it at him 20,000 times before the season started.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
man, that is huge. And
That is
that's what remember when we won the Grey Cup that year in 13, Durant stayed back
yep.
and he came way early. And
Yeah.
he trained and he trained and he trained with all of his guys. And Corey Sheets stayed. And man, that created such a gel. That team was dominant. And it was
That
because
was
they played and played and played and played and played and played together.
Corey Sheets was dominant too, man. Did
Oh, when he went to the NFL, I mean, I feel for him. He went down there and he was gonna get his shot. That's the crazy part. He
he,
had made the NFL. He wasn't gonna be on a practice roster, and he blows his ACL and MCL at the same
yeah,
time,
yeah.
and
He
end of
was a
his
Raider.
career.
He was a Raider. Yeah.
And I
But
think he would have been very good. He was that dominant.
and we got him only because he was hurt as well. So he was in the show before, but AJ Willett is that running back's
AJ
name.
Willett.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
get a guy like that, shore up your offensive line, get one big receiver. I'm not saying we got to change the whole thing. I like our receivers.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
got
saying
good.
go through the draft, find the biggest receiver that they got available, and that's our guy. I know we're froze up a bit. It should wind through. It says my internet's good now, but I can still hear you on the pod.
Yeah,
There
I
you
got
are.
you. I got you. So
Welcome to Fox Valley Internet.
um another thing I think we need I think we got to start all over with a defensive line too. Like
I don't like much on our whole entire defense, to be
no,
honest with you. I'm
no.
not a fan. There might be two guys. Other than that, I want to see a whole fresh bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a new defensive coordinator, defense coaches. So we probably will have a huge overhaul back there.
Yeah. So I like one of the guys I do like is Christmas
Christmas. Yep.
on the defensive line.
The big boy.
Yeah, I think he can bring it in the middle there, and yeah, I would like to see more of him. But other than that, I don't know. Do you bring back Larry Dean? He's getting a little long in the tooth. I didn't
Yeah,
like
I mean, you
Moncrief.
might bring him back just for the veteran presence, and if
Yeah,
you got young guys around him, but for that reason only, like I still think you play him. Obviously, you see what he's got.
he's a
You'll know
free
by
agent. Yeah,
you'll know by mid-season if he still got it or not.
yeah,
But yeah, I would like to see him back for the right price, just because he's got a veteran presence and he is a beast.
yeah. And I like another guy, Tights, Micah Tights.
Yeah,
He's a
he had a
well,
down year this year, but we know his potential, and that could have
yeah.
been because the team was so porous back there. He might have been
Well,
making up for multiple mistakes, right? It's hard to say when a guy's a bad year on such a shitty football team.
and he was hurt too. He was hurt before. And the
Yeah.
last guy I really like is Revis as a defensive back.
I do like him. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do like
So
him.
those are my three guys kind of deal. And the wrestler, Corte Moore. I think he's got some
Hmm.
upside. So if nothing else, he can maybe body slam one of the offensive linemen.
Specifically, anybody from Winnipeg.
Is that vodka you're drinking there, buddy?
Yeah, straight. It's Christmas. I mean,
Yeah.
You guys got to do it, man. Like, yeah.
So what else you got for the Riders? Like we kind of touching defensive line, offensive line.
Oh man, honestly, I just I just want to see the playoffs. My wish list
Yep.
is playoffs. I just want to get there. And then at the end of this season, I think everybody that wants to can chip in $5 and Craig Reynolds has to go down on the goal line and just spread his legs and everybody gets one good kick. One good kick for absolutely screwing us for the last 10 seasons.
Okay,
Um,
I agree with that. I'd pay my five, but I'll
I'm
let you
giving
finish.
50 and I'm taking 10 swings. That's there you go. There's a big old red one. And if interest rates go down a little bit, maybe I'll put a brown one up there, kick them 10 times. We'll see. We don't know yet.
Um, so let's go to the main position. Everyone talks about quarterback.
Quarterback.
Are we good enough there? What
No,
changes
I
would
would
you make?
love you got to start Harris. He's our guy. We paid him.
Yeah, yeah,
See what he does. See if he breaks another femur or whatever he's got to do to break. And then we do whatever we have to do to get Drew Brown out of Winnipeg. And
yeah,
then Drew Brown and Dolegala battle.
yeah. So
I think that would be a great three quarterback combo right there. Jake
yeah,
has the experience. If Harris goes down, we put him in. If he falters, give Drew Brown his chance immediately. If not,
yeah.
roll with him. I liked what I saw out of Jake. Never won us any games, never lost us any games. He was fairly consistent. I liked him in interviews. He's a good kid, and the players did really like him.
Yeah.
So I say you don't get rid of him, but I say you go get Drew Brown because we also don't know what we have in Jake yet. So
No, no, we don't. And
and
Mason,
Harris is our starter. So
yeah,
but that I would love that three-headed monster right there. I think
I
it would
would
be
too.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll get Dalagala if you sign Drew Brown.
I know that's the
Will he come back for that? And I'm not sure what the contract money or the money situation would be for because it's going to cost you some money to get Drew Brown. There's
yeah,
no
you bet it
question.
will. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But that would be amazing. I think that would be the
that
best thing
would.
the Riders could have. It would
And I
solidify your quarterback position regardless.
I also would throw a draft pick on the young Rourke kid in the
Yes.
Canadian draft this year. Like, why
But
not? If he don't make the NFL, why
the
not?
only thing is though, I don't think if they don't make the NFL, I don't think these guys are going to come out of college anytime soon. Like, did you read the stat on Archie Manning yesterday?
No.
So he's the backup quarterback. I believe it's Peyton Manning's son. I don't know if it's Peyton or Eli's, but one of their
Okay.
sons.
Well, Archie was Peyton's dad. So is
Yeah,
it
and this is Archie
Junior?
Jr. Yeah,
Okay.
he's the
Yeah.
backup quarterback for the Texas team that's in the whatever the finals there.
Yeah.
Um, he made this season through the portal, switching teams because everybody wants him on their team. He's not starting, by the way. He's a backup. They figure eventually
Yeah.
he'll start. 3.1 million playing NCAA football.
As a
Um,
backup.
as a backup because of his name and because the team wants him there, sells jerseys. He brings in the Mannings to the stadium, and they
Yeah.
figure he's going to start eventually. But Brock Purdy made $895,000 this season, and Archie Manning made 3.1 million. And I don't know if you heard, but Caleb Williams is not going to the NFL. He's going to stay back because he's making 4.5 million at
Well,
USC.
maybe that's why the young Rourke kid switched to Indy.
He went through the portal. He got 1.8 million. He now makes more than his brother. Isn't that insane?
Is there a possibility that I can get in the portal somehow?
Tyson, so they created this a year ago, right? I think it was a year
Yeah.
ago that they opened it up. They can be paid. So there's never been like more than like 50 quarterbacks or 50 players enter the portal to switch teams, right?
Yeah.
Over 280 this year because now they're getting paid to go through the portal. Because once
Yeah.
you go in the portal, you can't pick them up without paying them. And a
Well,
quarterback's value is between $1 and $5 million, depending who they are.
we need to go, me and you, into the broadcast portal and see what we can make.
I don't got the voice or the face for it. You might make it. You have a voice. They might actually make me pay to enter.
Hey, well, whatever. We're money ahead, no matter what.
Yeah.
Once we're in the portal, man.
But dude, like that's incredible, man. What a mistake. Like these kids aren't going to want to come out of college because 90% of those kids aren't going to make it to the show. But they
No.
enter the portal and they make 500 grand, 400 grand to switch teams. What a mistake. Pay him something. I get it. They make, give him 100 grand.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
for
It's
a
more
for
than
a
I
kid in
make. I got an
university.
education for Christ's sakes, and I'm not playing the sport I love. Getting
No,
girls every weekend and free
yeah,
booze and free clothes. That ain't how my life works.
no.
But 4 million to be, or 3.1 to be a backup quarterback just
Well,
because
and
you're
then
Manning?
how many of those
What?
guys, once they're done college, will want to come and play in the CFL for
None. It's going to
150,000?
kill every other league.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
Like,
going to have made more money in their last 3 years in university and college than they will in their entire career in the CFL, even if they have an illustrious one.
they can retire after they leave college or university.
Yeah, they
Realistically,
said Tim Tebow's value in college. They said if he'd have went through the portal and whatnot in today's thing, he'd have
yep.
made like 15 times more than he ended up making in the NFL.
And we always knew there's money in the university level. We knew it because
Billions.
they weren't
Billions.
paying anybody, right?
No.
And the university fees and television rights and all that. And can you
But
imagine
this is
what
the wrong way. This is
it is?
other. I know why they did it. Like you said, they
Yeah.
were making all the money and everyone was mad about it. But Jesus.
This is the Major League Baseball way in football.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. There's no salary cap.
There's no cap.
There's big money in universities. So the University of Miami and all those big universities, what are they going to do? They're going to spend the money and they're going to have the players.
The Gators, the Dogs, the LSUs, they're all going to be able to afford it, and no one else is going to be able to.
No, Alabama.
Bama,
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Which is, I just hate when there's that competitive advantage. It don't matter what you do, you don't have a prayer because you don't have the pockets.
I mean, look, put it into real life, Tyson, for everybody listening. As a
Yeah,
farmer, if you're going after land, your neighbor's going after land, he's got 20 million in the bank and you've got a loan for 2 million because you're already
yeah,
widespread and you know that's how farming works. Who's getting that land if you both
yeah,
really want it badly?
yeah. Well, we all know it wouldn't
Not
be
you.
it.
The guy
No,
with the deeper pockets. That's
yeah,
unfair. That's a real life problem. But in
yep,
sports, that's just unrealistic. Like that takes the advantage and puts it to only the wealthy. Like,
yeah,
that's why hockey is so successful generally. There's still shitty years and good and bad, and there's always going to be shitty hockey teams because you might draft shitty, or you might be saving for a future year. Who knows what's going on, injuries, but it brings parity. But in NCAA, in baseball, it does the exact opposite. There's no parity anymore. There's
no.
the elite wealthies, and then there's the rest of y'all.
I think there needs to be a salary cap in all sports because
Also,
have every team play by the same rules. Like, come on.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, senior hockey, you go down to the lowest of levels. Do you remember when Gull Lake used to pay through the teeth and Shaunavon used to pay through the teeth and
yeah,
all those guys? Well, they
leader.
dominated every year. Maple Creek
Yeah,
couldn't keep up. Console couldn't keep up. East End couldn't afford to. Frontier couldn't afford to. We would get
I
absolutely dusted when we went to their barns.
I
They met in the
remember.
final every year, those two teams. We'd go and watch them
Yeah,
because it was like semi-professional hockey. Half these guys played in the dub or the NHL recently, and they just beat the shit out of each other like that was good hockey. Can't believe we're in that same league, but we were, and we had no money to spend.
I remember when Steve Marr was team
Yeah,
leader, ex
yeah.
WHL player. And speaking of WHL hockey, you know what was crazy? On the 20th of December, Gavin McKenna turned 16.
Oh, that is crazy. Holy shit. He's one of the best players.
I know, I can't believe it. So happy birthday, Gavin McKenna. But I was like, I was sitting at the boys and I
Holy
said,
shit.
table,
That's
I said,
crazy.
guys, do you know McKenna first turned 16 like yesterday? And they're like, no,
16.
no, no. He wore a visor last year. I said, I know, but it says right here in the article he turned 16. So then I said, well, I'll Google it. Maybe this misprint on the article, eh? Googled it. Yeah,
No,
he turned 16.
unreal. What a stud.
Yeah, well, so I mean, he's played since he was 14 years old in the dub. This is his, I would say you could call his 1.5 seasons almost in.
Yeah. And he's been awesome since he stepped on the ice.
Oh my God. Can you imagine in his 18
Nope.
year old year what he's going to be like? So he's
Nope.
got like this year and 2 more before he gets drafted.
That's unbelievable.
That Medicine Hat Tiger team is gonna be lethal in the next couple of years.
Yeah, that kid stays healthy. Look the hell out.
Yeah, yeah, and we're gonna have to go to a game in the new year because that'll be
Yeah,
pretty
I want to
exciting.
see him bad, man. Everybody that goes says they're so fast. They're exciting to watch. So I got to go
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, I do too. I do too. So, Christmas plans. What do you got going on, man?
So today I'll work this morning and then come home for lunch and help pack up the truck and then go back to work, go get the mail in the bank for Dawn. Because he'll be there probably till 4 today.
Yep.
So I'll stay, I'll go get all the mail and make sure nothing pertinent comes in the mail. If there's nothing or no mail or no work to be done, I'll do the shredding and kind of clean the office, and that way Donnie's got that off his plate, and then I'll leave. If there's mail that comes in that, someone sends a letter with a bill, I'd like to review this, then I'll make sure I handle that. Or if there's some invoicing or anything, do all
Yep.
that and then leave after. So probably leave between 1:30 and 2:30 today. Head to Calgary, gain an hour. So I'll probably get there for supper time at Megan's uncle's place, and that's where we're staying for the next 5 days. So and then the party's on. Tomorrow, going to go to Cross Iron Mills for one specific reason. We have booked to get pictures with Santa Claus. So we're not doing a
Oh,
shop and all that fun. We're not Christmas Eve shopper type people, but we got to go. The kids love it, and they do a great job at that Bass Pro Shop. They have an awesome setup, and you can book time slots, so you don't have to stand in the 4 hour lineup to go see them.
that
But
is one of my favorite stores in the world.
oh, I'm shopping there. Don't get me wrong. I will be Christmas Eve shopping while they're in line because you get a time slot and you got to wait about a half hour. Oh, I'll be running through the store. They got a little fudge shop in there. I always get some fudge and different
Oh,
shit. And I look at lots of stuff. They got barbecue stuff in there. So I'll make my rounds. And then I
yeah.
want to go. One of my buddies, I've brainwashed into becoming a Ravens fan. So then I'm going to head down to
Poor
Lids and
bastard.
grab my Ravens hat. Smart kid, obviously.
Yeah,
And
poor
then
bastard.
pro hockey life. And I promised the kids all new laces. They're all falling apart. And Parker had to put Lily's pink ones in his skates, and he's not too pleased. So go get him laces. Then I'm going to go to the Lindor store, get a bunch of chocolates. And then after that, I think it's straight back to Uncle's. And then from then, we don't leave anymore. And it's going to be just Hangout City and come back on I think Boxing Day night. We'll come home because I
Yeah,
work the next day.
yeah,
And yeah, that's about it. Tomorrow, this morning, maybe you and Brett will come in for coffee. I don't know yet,
yeah,
but
yeah. Well,
should
we're
be a
hoping
slow day
to.
in the office. So,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and
And yeah,
you,
well, I just got Christmas on the 24th here. We start on Tara's side tomorrow. We go to Christmas, and then the 26th at my parents, and then we're done. So,
so
uh,
is Tara's and yours both in Medicine Hat?
yeah, both in
Yeah,
Medicine Hat. It's a close trips, and
awesome.
Austin's Christmasing already, and yeah, we're all here actually, other than Austin. So he's off for Christmas today at the Scheller side of things. So
And where are they from?
they're Medicine Hat as well. So
Oh, awesome. So close as
yeah,
well. And
yeah,
Austin
everybody's
is
close.
getting married in 6 months.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Got my
yes.
invite last night. I'm already working on the liver. So it's
Oh.
all training it. Training it.
That's what makes sense now. The cup is there. He's in training. I totally forgot that.
It's all making sense.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. So that's going to be exciting. May and June in my life is going to be crazy. We got Peyton's graduation at the end of
Yep.
May. We got Austin's wedding, June 15th, I believe it is. The
Yep.
following week, we are going to be busy with Chance Vegan and the Chuck Wagon thing in
Yes,
Medicine.
sir.
So that'll be great. Billy Melville, all the guys. And yeah, what a crazy month I'm gonna have.
And I saw Chance did a wicked food drive with his wagon and everything this week. Over $5,000 worth of food donated to the shelters and the women's homes and stuff like that. That is super cool. It was how many pounds was it? Oh, over how many pounds was it? It was crazy. 2,500 pounds of food, I think he said, was delivered.
He
What a
does
great! I saw it on his Instagram. That's so awesome, man.
he
Ton
does
of
an
people involved.
amazing job promoting the sport and just being a good guy. And you know what? That whole association full of
Yeah.
good
I mean,
guys.
they're blue collar, dirty hands, clean money,
Yeah,
kind of give it back type of people. We know that
yeah.
firsthand.
They are, and hoping we can get to Pinoca this year because I hear nothing but great things about Pinoca.
I was talking about it on Wednesday. Barry Lerner was there this year, doing his cutting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he placed one spot out of the money. And
Oh,
but he said that was his first time ever at Pinoca,
yeah.
and he said it was awesome. Oh, he
Yeah.
said it was awesome. He said he recommended going for sure.
Well, we've heard it firsthand. Chance Vegan, Jared Parsons. What's your
Their
favorite rodeo?
favorite
Oh,
rodeo.
Pinoca. Pinoca. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's
Barry said it was unbelievable. He said, and their facilities
yeah,
are the best in the
top,
world. He said,
top notch.
unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah. So that's something we definitely have to get to. It's on my
Yes.
bucket list. On my bucket list. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Pinoca Rodeo would be great. And I heard their beers are cold too. So I'm
oh
in.
Jesus, yeah,
Yeah.
and no
It's cold
PST,
beer.
no PST on the beer.
That's right. The beer's cheaper in Alberta.
Oh, it truly is. So yeah,
Oh.
looking forward to next year. Today is our last show. We're taking a break till the new year. So
But
kind of
we can maybe make some picks still for
yeah,
next week.
we maybe can. Yeah,
We might have a
yeah.
pop-up show.
Yeah, we might, and then, man, I was just going through the interview thing. We got a lot of interviews coming forward, so
Yeah,
hopefully we
you
can.
do. You have a lot lined up, which is
Well,
great.
well, we do, man. We're a team, so
I
I'm
don't talk to anybody. I am too nervous to ask and talk, and that's Tyson's department. So
yeah,
you
but
get all
we're
the
getting
credit
them
for
on. They're coming on the show, man. So
it. Yeah, either way.
we got lots to do. So yeah, we'll work a schedule out and start fitting them boys in. So and girls
Awesome. And
and
girls. Well,
yeah,
you come in, we can make the picks. We kind of went over them. We know what we're going with. So you come in, the
yes.
coffee will be hot this morning.
Sounds good, my friend. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your family, and
You
to
guys
all the
too.
yeah, and to all the fans out there that listen to us day in day out. Wishing you guys nothing but the best in the new year, and have a wonderful Christmas season.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
You betcha. That is Tyson and Josh signing out for 2023.
See you, Tyson.